Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into Mike Brooks Now. I'm Mike Brooks. Today I am doing my top reasons why I love living in Phoenix, Arizona. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I sell real estate here. I buy real estate here. I have been here for the last 2.5 years. Prior to that, lived in LA for 8, but I grew up here. I spent most of my life here. So I have the perspective of growing up here, tiring of it, moving, living somewhere else, and then coming back. So I feel like that gives me a little bit of perspective and something I want to share with you today. So first of all, before I get into the reasons why I love Arizona, love Phoenix, I'll start with the thing you're probably thinking. The first thing that most people think about when they think about Phoenix, that is the heat. Big reason not to love Phoenix. It is certainly hot. It may have only been once a few months out of the year, but now it seems like the summer is getting longer and longer. We're in October and it's over 100 degrees, I think, today. So definitely a reason not to love it. But I love the fact that we have little to no humidity. When you speak with a Phoenician, they'll probably start talking about the heat by saying, yes, it's a dry heat, and that is very true. You know, something not a lot of people think about necessarily is the fact that it has always been hot here. So we are very much a city that is used to that, from our construction to the fact that there is air conditioning everywhere. Pools. You know, I'm of the belief if you buy a home here, especially for yourself, it should have a pool. You know, there's nothing better than just going out into your own pool on a hot summer day, and that definitely makes everything a lot better. And by the way, because we have the dry heat, when you get out of that pool, you know, you find you're freezing because all the water just immediately evaporates. And you know, we don't sweat like if we lived in New Jersey, for instance, with a maybe lower temperature, higher humidity. So it really cools ourselves up. So that's really the reason I would start with. Well, I don't care for Phoenix too much, but I needed to get that out of the way because that's the elephant in the room. So number one, central location. You know, you want to cool off, head to northern Arizona, head to Prescott, Flagstaff, beautiful Sedona. I mean, the red rocks there are incredible if you haven't seen it for yourself. During the winter months, just over a 2-hour drive from Phoenix to Flagstaff, go up to Snowbowl, do some skiing, snowboarding, winter sports. We're less than 5 hours to go to Vegas. And if you want to hit the beach, hey, LA, San Diego, less than 6 hours away. And actually, if you want to go to Puerto Penasco in Mexico, less than 4 hours away. So we're very central. We have a great variety of places that you can go to, and it's a great central place to be. Number two, affordability. So our cost of living, according to payscale.com, the cost of living in Phoenix is 5% lower than the national average. I'm going to make a lot of comparisons to LA because, again, I lived there for 8 years. But compared to LA, the cost of living here is 33% lower. Housing is 58.1% lower than LA. That's over half as inexpensive. That is spectacular. Apparently, PayScale calculates the cost of living based on housing, utilities, transportation, and healthcare. So especially if you have a job in Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, and you're able to work remotely, this is a spectacular place to live and work. Your dollar will go a lot further. And speaking of which, let's talk about taxes. Now this is income taxes, state tax rates. They cap at 4.54% in Arizona. I would compare this to California. The rate is now up to 13.3% for the highest earners. So that is quite different. Keep more of your money. You know, I asked around in preparing for this what other people's favorite parts of Phoenix are, why they love living here, and one of the answers is always space. Hear a lot about space. There's so much open space. We're a city that's expanding. There's a lot of construction. You know, if you live more on the outskirts, somewhere like Gilbert, Santan, Good year. Good year. As you're living, it continues to expand. There's just so much space, and the city has changed so drastically in the last decade. It's really incredible. It's growing really quickly. Regards to space and sports, so a lot of people, when they think of Phoenix, they think of Scottsdale, they think of golf. In doing some research for this, I went on and I looked. Golf.com named Paradise Valley the #2 absolute best place to live in America for golfers, and that doesn't surprise me. There are golf courses everywhere. If you like to play golf, there's no shortage of courses here. Now, if you're like me and prefer your sports indoors, you can watch a game from all 4 major professional sports leagues. You've got the NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB. Of course, these are in COVID times, so there's not a whole lot going on in person. So a lot of this I'm speaking to post-COVID. I look forward to being able to take my son to a baseball game someday, hopefully soon. But even aside from the sports, you can go hiking, cycling, fishing, rock climbing, or tubing. There is so much to do outdoors. And again, if it's too warm for you here, go up to northern Arizona. I mean, it's just incredibly beautiful. It's cool. I love Flagstaff. I mean, even in the heat of the summer, like usually temperatures will cap out above, below 90 degrees, and that's the absolute worst. And it's like just over a 2-hour drive, so it's really spectacular. 4, next, traffic. Now, when I lived in Los Angeles, my commute was less than 10 miles. It took me over It took me over an hour every day just to get to my office. And all along the way, I was in stop and go, and that takes a toll on your psyche after some time. I don't care how many podcasts you're subscribed to and how many you're listening to. It's a long time. And here is so much shorter. Now Phoenix is a bit of a sprawl, and as I mentioned, it's growing even more. But first of all, it's laid out like a grid. It's very easy to get around, and investments have been and are being made into highway expansions and extensions. This is accommodating the growing number of city commuters. So it's just very easy to go around. So bonus reason is the beauty. For some, this would be the #1 reason to love Phoenix. I have this as a bonus reason because there are a lot of other good reasons, but we have mountains everywhere. They're absolutely gorgeous. If you like to hike, Phoenix is a great place for you. I have a list of some mountain ranges here: Moon Mountain, Lookout Mountain, Shadow Mountain, Shaw Butte, North Mountain, Echo Mountain, Stony Mountain, South Mountain, Piestewa Peak, Mummy Mountain, Camelback Mountain, Sunny Slope Mountain, and that's just a few. We have so many mountains here, and there are some that are in the middle of the city where you go to and you almost forget that you have neighborhoods surrounding you and you could be out in the middle of the desert. So much beauty here. Next is sunsets. Here's a Phoenix sunset. I mean, mic drop. It goes without saying. There's nothing I can really add to that. Absolutely captivating, beautiful sunsets here. And finally, the desert. We have wild horses here. It's crazy. You just go to one of our national parks. Tonto, for instance, my wife Elisa loves doing photo shoots there, and there are wild horses all over the place. It's just incredible. Like, we are so close to all this beauty in nature. I mean, you really have to appreciate it. It's this raw, natural beauty. Unfortunately, it may not be here forever. Again, we're seeing so much growth in the city. I really hope that these areas are preserved for many generations to come. But I've learned to recognize that we need to appreciate what we have while we have it, and we do have this now. So another reason that I love it. Would love to hear in the comments anything that I didn't cover. What is your favorite part about living in Phoenix? Just put that below. Definitely would appreciate a pound on the like button, helping the algorithm there. And if you're not already and you see some value in these videos, would love it if you subscribed. Thanks for tuning in. Mike Brooks now. See you next time. Bye.